Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 6, where we're going to talk a little bit about Twitter, a little bit about the final project, and a little bit about this week. Now, the interesting thing about this week is that July 4th is Sunday, and I don't want you to have anything due on July 4th for it being a holiday, obviously. So I put your viral reflection number 5. Put it due on Saturday, although you are welcome to turn it in on Sunday as well. I just didn't want to have something due on that deadline of July 4th. So this week is really focused on Twitter. You can go and look at the final project and Twitter presentation handout. I'll talk more about that in the coming weeks. I sent out an email as well as an announcement to everyone saying that I really want you to choose something that you can apply. You want to think about the information that we're getting from these weeks about these different social media platforms. How can you then take that information and apply it to a project? So, I twofold here. One is that you get practical application of this information, which I think is highly important. But you also get a project that you can put down on your resume, on your LinkedIn, that counts as experience. So if you've chosen something and I said to you, it's okay to do that, but if you want to switch, think about if you've been part of any kind of club or group at Belmont Abbey or in your life in general, or you know of anyone that has a small business, someone in your family, friends, etc. As I have in the information I set out. I've seen people for whatever group they may run or be a part of on campus, they create the Facebook and Instagram or the Twitter or the TikTok, right, accounts for that club or group. And that, again, gives you both social media management experience and also helps out whatever you're helping out. So those are just things to think about. If you have any questions about the final project, please let me know, and I'm more than happy to meet with you via Zoom or through email, and we can talk more about that. Okay, so due this week is your final project progress update. I want to see where you are in the final project. If you haven't started, please be honest. I will no judgment from my end. Please just tell me that you haven't started. And I will try to give you some ideas of things to get going with it and what you want to do. Please let me know if you have any questions. And then you do have a reading response due on Wednesday as well, looking at Twitter and looking at the readings on Twitter and how to use Twitter. Now, you don't have an application post this week because your final project will be using Twitter and posting to Twitter, and that's the application that is needed. And then again, that viral number 5. If you've already completed 2 of them, you're done. You don't need to complete another one. If you have not completed any, please make sure you do this one. Or if you've only completed one, your options are running out. There are 6 total opportunities to do the viral reflections. What I'm really interested in that viral reflection again is that you're telling me what's going viral. Because if you run the social media accounts for a company or a business or a club or whatever, often you can take what's going viral and you can use it as an advertising opportunity for whatever you might be involved in. So it's important as you're going out there thinking about social media management that you keep some eye on how things what is going viral and see if you can perhaps hashtag, especially on Twitter, hashtag your way into that viral availability. So that is this week. Next week coming up is other social media, and we'll talk more about that as we get there. But definitely looking at so many other social media platforms out there. Okay, so I wanted to give you a moment. I wanted to show you my Twitter account. I actually have 2 or 3 different Twitter accounts, ones that I use more often than. This is the one that I primarily use for official Belmont Abbey type things. It's at Erin Jensen 2019, and it's the account that I will be using to respond to your Twitter presentations. As you can see, I just posted that I'm excited to see the social media writing presentations as soon as you're currently working on using a hashtag. Twitter is all about hashtags, so you definitely want to make sure that if you're using Twitter and you're required to use Twitter for your final project, that you are using hashtags. People very much connect to one another on hashtags, likes, retweeting, etc. So you can follow people up here. We've got some suggestions of people who to follow. We can see over here viral tweets right now. Oh, something about Miley Cyrus. Well, we're going to move down on that one. But if you're looking at what's going viral on Twitter, there you go. It's viral tweets. You can follow that. Funny tweets, sports, etc. I'm probably getting that recommendation because I pretty much follow Shakespeare E. Cummings, who's one of my favorite poets, and Belmont Abbey. I scroll down this Twitter. There's not much on this one that I follow. Some on Belmont Abbey, various authors and things like that. Yeah, okay. A lot on poets and whatever, but Belmont Abbey athletics I follow as well. So, there's a lot of different things you can do at Twitter. You can click explore, and then you can look at different hashtags that are going on and different things that are going viral at the moment. Messages, you can send messages to people. You can bookmark. There's a lot of different lists that you can see, like poets list. You can create your own lists, etc. And then tweet. You click tweet, and you can tweet whatever you want to tweet. Put in hashtags, add images, media, etc. In that sense, I find Twitter relatively easy to use. And most people don't like Twitter not because they don't know how to use it, but just because of the the format of Twitter or the topics in Twitter or whatever variety of reasons why they don't like Twitter. I found when I was getting ready for this presentation or to record, I fell down the rabbit hole of Twitter and was following the Belmont Abbey athletics and reading the updates on everybody's conference champions. And I mean, I've been sitting in this chair for an hour and I haven't recorded because I just kind of fell into Twitter. I find I do that a lot when I'm on Twitter. I follow people and I see what people are posting. I get really interested in it, and then I follow threads, and then I just get lost in the hours that not so much in Shakespeare moments, but in following other people on Twitter. And one thing to note on Twitter is that once you post something, while you can edit, sort of, you're really not really. You can go back and delete some of your posts, but you can't edit. So you really want to make sure whatever you post to Twitter that you really thought about posting it before you post. Your rough draft of the presentation you won't be posting it to Twitter. You'll only post your final presentation. As I said, we'll talk more about that because you can't edit. And it's why people a lot of times will delete. They'll post something to Twitter, they'll get a lot of pushback from it, and then they'll delete their whole account and start over because of that inability to edit what you've already put. So you really want to make sure that whatever you post to Twitter, you really want to post it because it's going to stick around for a while. I wanted to share with you a couple examples of a Twitter presentation I did. Actually, I created this before I even got the Belmont Abbey, or I just got the Belmont Abbey job, and this is actually on an old Twitter account that I no longer use. But here we've got, you can see some difference. I was talking about designing a social media writing class. It's one of the classes that I knew I was going to teach as part of being hired for this position. So it's relatively short. I've got a link to back to any place I found several syllabi that I use. I've got the hashtag. This was actually for a conference that I did. You notice I've got my tweet is numbered because we're going to do a linked presentation, and you want to link it with numbers. Here's my name and my hashtag, and then I've got the lovely image GIF going on here, right when you peek it next. That's just a little bit, and you're just like, oh no. But you can see I've got, as I go through here, yes, a lot of times people in taking this class give me that exact look. I don't know why, right? You're welcome to add in memes. In your case, when you're putting this together, you're going to include screenshots of what you did. And so I want to actually see if you, sorry, the little pug falling in. Oh, I almost laughed at that one. Anyway, I want to see what you did. I want to see what you created. What did you find? What worked well? What didn't work well, etc. So one thing I would suggest that you go up and search here is hashtag EN361, and you will see a bunch of different presentations that people did in the last time I taught this class. So here's one from somebody took a class who was looking at, I think, LinkedIn and something else. But you can see how they linked. You can see how they have hashtags. Um, let's see. You can read through a couple other people's. Somebody did it for the Abbey players. So you get some ideas on final presentations as well as what I'm looking for you to do. So this is, you're going to include some either pictures, video, GIFs, etc. Tell me what you did and how creating social media, in your project, what has happened. So anyway, there's a whole bunch of people, students that are still on there. You can definitely go back and look and see what they did, and they have exactly the same assignment you did, so that should help on that one. Again, you are numbering, and you can go through and see how people are doing, like a whole thread base. So Twitter, some people like it, some people obviously don't. Um, if nothing else, it is one of the big ones, and it is one of the, if you're talking about social media writing, it is important to know how to use it. Now you have 280 characters. I would not say that you probably want to take all 280. I still think about Twitter as the 140 and try to keep things pretty short, sweet, and to the point. You don't necessarily want a lot writing. You have some. You only have to hashtag the class, although you are welcome to hashtag other people as well. As you can see, people have posted some of the screenshots of what they did. Some other people posted. Here's someone who did a LinkedIn profile, and so they are talking about what they did with that, etc. Different things they posted, as well as funny memes and gifs to go along with it. So anyway, enjoy reading about Twitter, seeing how you may use it, maybe never use it, but enjoy experimenting with it. Thanks so much.